Hello to my beautiful friends out there. Welcome to my channel, Astro. And this is your monthly forecast for October 2025. We've already moved into fall, and October is a cleansing month because we have Mercury being the star of the month and Neptune moving back into Pisces at 29 degrees, along with Saturn at 26 degrees. And there are other planets that are following. Mars is in Scorpio. We have Mars. Mercury is going to start out in Libra, but we have Mars, Neptune, Saturn, and then we have the Sun, and Mercury will also move into Scorpio this month. So there's an emphasis on the water. Okay, water represents reflection. It also represents what you can't see. Okay, it is a portal as well. So with this water energy happening this month, we have this it's a recalibration. Neptune and Saturn moving back into Pisces is the opportunity, and the last one, to make sure that we have brought the things up that we need to let go of. And for some reason, for some of us, we forgot something, and that something needs to be addressed, and that's why they're back to show us the way. Okay, and then we have Pluto in Aquarius stationing direct, and with that direct motion, the retrograde already brought things to the surface. Now that it's at the surface, Pluto is taking action swiftly, quickly. So the cleanup is happening, and some of it is going to be whether you like it or not, okay? But I suggest that you go with the flow, because we still have the North Node in Pisces and the South Node in Virgo. So this North Node energy, along with the Neptune and Saturn in Pisces, we need to, make sure that we set our boundaries going forward. And because Neptune and Pisces are boundless energies, and sometimes with that energy, you may want to overextend yourself. And with Neptune being here, Neptune wants us to recognize our fear from our intuition. And that's where the fog and the confusion happens with Neptune. Neptune is very spiritual. It wants us to be on our spiritual path and grow spiritually, very compassionate. But we always tend to reference Neptune with the fog and the confusion. However, there is a reason for that, because that is about us being more keen about what we are experiencing, and know that the experience is either fear-based or your intuition speaking to you. Okay, So I don't want to spend too much time on this intro. Let me see what else was there that I wanted to share with you outside of Pluto and Neptune. Okay, well, oh, all right. We do have the full moon in Aries, and that's happening on the 6th of this month. And, even though the full moon is about releasing, this is an action oriented full moon, and taking charge and being assertive in your persona, period. Okay. There's also Chiron in this action as well, and Chiron is going to highlight where the wounds are. Okay. And with the full moon being in Aries, there's a lot of emotion behind that, because Aries is the first house. And with the first house, it's all about your head and your body, your personality. So, somewhere, with this Aries full moon, you are needing to heal a certain part of yourself. And there's, so much healing going on this month with Neptune, Chiron, and Pluto. But for the most part, Pluto is about the collective, okay? But, there's still some personal issues for each of us. So let's talk about the rest in the forecast. So I'll see you there. Hello to my beautiful Scorpio risings out there. Welcome to my channel, Astro Cheryl, and this is your forecast for October 2025. Okay, we're already moved into fall. We have a lot of water energy happening this month. It's Scorpio rising, and we have some. We have Pluto in Aquarius stationing direct, okay, and Neptune has moved back to Pisces at 29 degrees. All right, so October the 1st, we have Mercury, and Mercury is the star of the month, okay? Mercury is in Libra, squaring Jupiter in Cancer, and this is happening in your 12th house, Libra, and your 9th house, Cancer. Okay, so I don't really need you, okay? Your 12th house is about your retreat, your unconscious, your spiritual self. It is about your old patterns or things that were passed down, through generations, those types of patterns. And I did say karma, but it's definitely have hidden enemies there. And this is a place for retreat and reflection, okay? So during this transit, a clash between the desire for fairness and the more nurturing, intuitive, and domestic energies of Cancer, you may struggle to align with your broader worldview and beliefs. You may find yourself at odds with your core values when it when dealing with topics related to travel, higher education, or spiritual matters, it's possible you may experience mental frustration or got it mental frustration or or a feeling of being pulled in different directions. And this is a square, so there is tension there. You may feel a strong desire for peace and compromise in your communication, but struggle to find it due to your deeply ingrained beliefs or intuitive feelings. Okay? Now, we have on the 3rd, we have Mercury in Libra in opposition to Chiron, the healing, the wounded healer. Okay? That's the opposition. And this is in the sign of Aries, and it's happening in your 12th house and your 6th house. This opposition is. Okay, so we already know that the 12th house is about the invisible, where you retreat, and spirituality, karma. And then the 6th house is about your daily routine, your work, your health, and being of service. Okay, and Chiron is going to show you the wounded part of yourself here. So Chiron in Aries wound is connected to the courage to assert yourself, initiating action, and overcoming conflict that arise from aggression or a sense of vulnerability in your daily routines. You must reconcile conflicting thoughts and perceptions. You may be sensitive to messages about your own inner struggles or the collective unconscious. Recognizing how fragmented thinking contribute to, your deeper wounds. Look for fair solutions for issues that may feel personally wounding or aggressive if they are rooted in your in past hidden experiences. And usually that's, how they show up. So on the 6th, we have Mercury moving to Scorpio, and this is happening in your 1st house because you are Scorpio rising. And I think we have 5 planets in water signs this month. So this is going to be an emotional, it could be a roller coaster, but there's definitely a lot of growth, once we get through to the other side. So the 1st house, again, is about your personality, about your appearance, how others perceive you, and your self-worth. Okay? So here in the 1st house with Mercury, you may experience heightened powers of observation because Scorpio is, like be laser sharp, looking at digging deep to stuff. A sharp intellect and a compelling ability to communicate with depth and strategic insight. There is a risk of overthinking, mental stress, and a tendency to be overly critical or secretive. And this may cause some conflict, okay, with other people. So just be aware of that. And then on that same day, we have a full moon in Aries, and this is happening at 8:47 p.m. in your 6th house. And I think I already spoke about your 6th house. Yeah, so I don't have to repeat that part. So a work project may come to completion. You may have a strong desire to start a new exercise program, improve your diet, or focus on your physical well-being. and address stress-related health issues. So this is a healthy, full, potent full moon for you. You may be compelled to make positive changes to your daily habits, work conditions, or work environment, creating a pleasant work experience. Okay, so October the 7th, we have Mercury in Scorpio in your first house, squaring Pluto in Aquarius in your fourth house of home, family, your ancestry, history, real estate, and your siblings. So during this time, you may experience intense conversation, emotional revelations, or power struggles with your family or with your family and in your home environment. Okay? So I don't know why I got myself confused on that, but I did. You may change your living arrangements or make a radical reshaping of your family. So, a radical reshaping what? You gonna adopt a child or I don't know. But anyway, that's on up for grabs here. So, secrets surrounding your personal identity or family might be exposed, forcing a public transformation, feeling like you are under a microscope. And all of that is because of the Scorpio part. You know, you are intense and you tend to keep things, close to you, not so out. And Scorpios are have a tendency to be behind the scenes instead of in front of the scene, okay? So I can see, how this can affect you, making you feel like you're under a microscope. So anywhere that Scorpio is, if it's in your chart, like on your in your first, 10th, 7th, 4th, you're gonna feel some of that energy. Okay, let's see. Secrets surrounding your personal identity or family might be exposed, forcing a public transformation, feeling like you're under a microscope. Said that already. Let me move on. This transit pressures you to be your authentic self. If you've been living a lie or an inauthentic existence, this transit is going to strip away all of that for your highest good. So just, you be ready to handle your business. Sometimes it's hard to, make these changes. Sometimes we try to run away from it, but it is just not going to work. It is just not. Oh, okay. I got it. Something I was doing here that I'm trying to correct while we're talking. But anyway, on the 13th, we have Venus moving into Libra, and Venus rules the sign of Libra. This is happening in the 12th house, though. This is the unseen, the hidden parts of you. Okay, so you may feel a deep yearning for meaningful, selfless love and be drawn to spiritual ideas or activities like meditation, retreats. You may gain creative insight and a renewed sense of self worth. It can lead to secret disappointments in relationships, or a subconscious desire to resolve past life karmic issues. Okay? So, whatever you want to do, you are already sitting in that house. You can go ahead on and handle your business. Okay, so October 14th, and it'll be easier because you're already, have you already have Where am I? Oh, yeah, because you're already working through 12th house energy anyway, and Venus is, and the sun is going to be in the 12th house. So you're going to be dipping and dabbing, so it's a good time for you to just like, let go of things that are no longer serving you, especially if it has to do with relationship stuff. Okay, so we're going to move on to the 14th, and I hope, okay, still got my light. We have Pluto in Aquarius stationing direct in your fourth house. This direct motion accelerates these transformative energies, just so you know. You may be compelled to re examine traumatic childhood experiences and family patterns that have shaped you. Okay? Your fourth house is about family, it's about your roots, and it's about real estate and safety and comfort. Okay, this may bring up repressed emotions and memories to the surface. Your inner transformation and sense of security forces you to confront what truly supports you emotionally. Issues of power and control within your family or domestic environment may come to a head, leading to intense confrontations or profound healing. One way or the other, huh? Okay, so on the 16th, we have the Sun in Libra, square Jupiter in Cancer. And this is happening in your fourth house of retreat and your ninth house of higher learning and your belief system. Okay? And let's see, the ninth house is your spiritual information. Okay, I did talk about that earlier. So there we have it. You know it. Am I saying this thing twice? No. Okay. So you may feel torn between desires for solitude, spiritual exploration, or creative work, and a strong urge to expand your worldview through travel, education, or philosophical studies. You may struggle to express your spiritual needs or beliefs without overstepping boundaries. Okay? So that you just have to work on. And on the 21st, we have the new moon in Libra in your 12th house. And this is at 5:25 a.m. in the morning Pacific Standard Time. So this is an opportunity to set new goals for your inner life and spiritual path. It's in your 12th house. You may experience more vivid or prophetic dreams, okay? Your psychic and intuitive energies are heightened. So trust your gut feelings and inner guidance. All right? So on the 23rd, we have Neptune retrograding back to 29 degrees of Pisces, and this is happening in your fifth house of joy, creativity, hobbies, romantic relationships, children, and speculation. You may be inspired to re examine past passion projects, okay, and creative endeavors to ensure that they still resonate with your true desires and your inner child, okay? Sometimes, like I do that. I start something and put it away, and it takes a long time for me to get back to it, and then it's like, well, do I really want it? That kind of thing. Okay, so I'm just saying that's how it works out, when you're looking at if things are still resonating with your desires. Okay, so you have an opportunity to examine unrealistic expectations or disillusionment in your love life. Yeah, okay, because we know leading to greater self awareness and more authentic connections. Emotional fog and confusion can lead to the and uncovering of hidden patterns and truths that sheds light on what no longer serves you. Now, okay, with this emotional fog, it's like, you are being asked to know what is true and what isn't. What is fear and what is your intuitive resonance, or what you know that is built in you. And usually we don't follow our gut. Instead, we go with the fear. So that's what Neptune is addressing here right now, is knowing that false evidence appearing real is not real, but your intuitive nature is. So as if you can go with your gut, then you can stay clear. But if you have to go with the fear, you're going to be confused. Okay, so set some boundaries here as well, because Uranus on Neptune is boundless. But Neptune is also spiritual, compassionate, and it wants us to know who we truly are. Okay? That's Neptune, because this is an avatar, the body. Now, our spiritual self is our true self. And learning to envision how that is, it's a crystalline body. And the earth is a crystalline, living, breathing ecosystem as well. So, it's going to take some time to get to that point, but meditation is healthy for you right now. And letting go of those things that no longer serve you in this creative house is going to help you in the long run, because we're going to be moving into Aries, and that's where the new beginnings are, and it's going to stay there. So it's not going to come back to Pisces for some long years, okay? So, Scorpio, the last thing on the 23rd is the sun is in Scorpio in your first house, okay? And the sun represents your ego, all right? And then in Scorpio, we have this intense energy that, can really go deep. So this time is ideal for deep self-analysis and making significant changes to your life path and identity. First house, okay? Your confidence is high, and you may feel empowered to be and to present your authentic self to the world. And, that's first house energy all the way. You may pursue your goals with intense focus and passion. You're more conscious of your image and how you are perceived by others, because they are watching. Striving for a magnetic and powerful persona, which you do have, okay? You do have this mysterious energy, about you, especially, Scorpio risings, and you penetrate people, and you are psychic and intuitive. So with that being said, know what your doing when you are, it's like when you are around people, a lot of times you go right in, and they may not want to be seen like that, but you have to learn how to control your intuitive psychic processes. Okay, Scorpio rising, this is your forecast for October 2025, and until next time, bye for now.